Good morning, students. So this is your first paper class for grade 10 and 11. So I hope first we will do at least 500 2000 part 1 questions. Then after that we can do some part 2 type questions, right? So I hope today we can do at least 15 to 20 questions. So I will share the questions on the screen. So within 1 minute, you have to answer the questions. Then I will discuss the answer. So no need to write the question now. Then I will share the question on our WhatsApp group. So don't waste the time to write the question. So after sharing the question, you start to find the answer, right? So this is the first one. Simplify 1 over x plus 1 over 2x. Simplify 1 over x plus 1 over 2x. Here you can find the answer for this question. I think within 30 seconds you can find the answer for this. 1 over x plus 1 over 2x. Here we are adding two algebraic fractions. Right. Simplify 1 over x plus 1 over 2x. Here we are adding two algebraic fractions. When we are adding or subtracting, we have to consider about the denominator. Because if the denominators are equal, then directly we can add the numerators, right? Here 1 over x plus 1 over 2x. So first we have to find the LCM for x and 2x, that is 2x. Then 2x is the LCM. In 2x, there are 2 times x. So we have to multiply this numerator by 2. Then 1 times 2 is equal to 2 plus. Here in 2x, there is 1 times 2x. Then 1 times 1 is equal to 1. Then 2 plus 1 is equal to 3 over 2x. Then the answer is 3 over 2x. Right? Then we will move to second question. Find the least common multiple of the two algebraic expressions x, y, and x squared. I think within 20 seconds, no need to write. Within 10 seconds, you can find the answer. Find the least common multiple of the two algebraic expressions x, y, and x squared. Find the least common multiple, that means LCM of the two algebraic expressions x, y, and x squared. Right. Here x, y, and x squared. Now we are going to find the LCM of these two expressions. Here x to the power 1 is there. In this expression, x to the power 2. So we have to take that x to the power 2. Here y to the power 1, here y to the power 0. Then we have to take y to the power 1. Then the answer is x squared y. Here directly we can find the LCM for these two expressions. Here x to the power 1, here x to the power 2. So we have to take the x to the power 2. Here y to the power 1. Here there is no y. That means y to the power 0. So we have to take y to the power 1. Then the LCM is x squared y. Right? Then question number 3. Duty of 6% has to be paid when an item worth rupees 800 is imported. Find the duty. Duty of 6% has to be paid when an item worth rupees 800 is imported. find the duty. You have to find the duty of that item. Here they have given the percentage of duty and also they have given the worth of an item. So now you can find the duty. So duty of 6% has to be paid when an item worth rupees 800 is imported. Find the duty. Right. Here duty for 100 rupees is 6. Because 6%. So we have to pay 6 rupees for 100 rupees. Right? So the duty is 6 rupees for 100. Now we have to find the duty for 800. Here we can divide by 100. Right? Then 1 here 8 times. Then 8 times 6, 48. So you have to write the unit also. So rupees 48 is the answer. Then next one. The two triangles ABC and PQR in the figure are congruent. Here they have given that these two triangles are congruent. The triangle ABC and triangle PQR. Find the values of X, Y, and Z using the given information. So you have to find the value of X, Y, and Z. The two triangles ABC and PQR in the figure are congruent. Find the values of X, Y, and Z using the given information. These two triangles are congruent. So you have to find the value of X, Y, Z. Right, we know that in 4 conditions, the two triangles can be congruent, right? First one, side, side, side. Second one, side, angle, side. Third one, angle, angle, side. And the last one, RHS, hypotenuse side. So here they have given that two triangles are congruent. We don't need the condition. But we know that if two triangles are congruent, the corresponding elements are equal, right? If two triangles are congruent, then corresponding elements are equal. So here we have to consider about the corresponding elements. Here in these two triangles, here they have given that AB equals PR because they have marked by one line, right? AB equals PR. So the opposite angle of this AB and opposite angle of this PR will be equal because these two will be corresponding elements, right? So here AB equals PR. Then we can write that opposite angles here, opposite angle of AB is 60 degrees. Here opposite angle of PR is Y degrees. Then we can write Y equals 60 degrees. Then second one, here BC equals QR. Here they are marked by 2 lines, right? BC equals QR. So opposite angles will be equals. Then opposite angle of BC is 61 degrees. Here opposite angles of QR is X degrees. So X is equal to 61 degrees. Now we have to find the value of Z. Here Z is opposite side of PQ. Here that PQ and AC will be equals because this is the third side of that two triangles, right? Then AC equals PQ. So opposite angle of AC is 59 degrees. Here opposite angle of PQ is Z degrees. then Z is equal to 59 degrees. Then the values of X, Y, Z are 61 degrees, 60 degrees, and 59 degrees. Right? If two triangles are congruent, then corresponding elements will be equal. So by using that, we can find the answer for the X, Y, and Z. The next one. Write all the positive integers that satisfy the inequality 2x plus 1 less than or equal 5. Write all the positive integers that satisfy the inequality 2x plus 1 less than or equal 5. So first you have to solve this inequality, then you can write what are the suitable solutions, right? Here, write all the positive integers that satisfy the inequality 2x plus 1 less than or equal 5. So first you have to solve this inequality. After solving that, you can find the solution of this inequality, right? Here 2x plus 1 less than or equal 5. 2x plus 1 less than or equal 5. Right. The question is write all the positive integers that satisfy the inequality 2x plus 1 less than or equal 5. So here this is the inequality 2x plus 1 less than or equal 5. So first we have to subtract 1 from both sides. So 2x will be 2x less than or equal to 5 minus 1, 4. Right? Now we have to divide by 2 both sides of this inequality. Then x less than or equal 2. Here we are solving this inequality like an equation. Right? Here 2x plus 1 less than or equal 5. So first we have to subtract 1 from both sides. Then 2x less than or equal 4. Now we have to divide by 2 both sides. Then x less than or equal 2. Here this is the inequality. X less than or equals 2. That means the value of x can be equal to 2 or less than 2. But there is a condition. Write all the positive integers. We know that is an integer that we can be minus negative values and 0 and positive values. Right? This is an integer. If it is positive integer, we have to write only the positive values. We can't write the negative values and also 0. If it is negative integers, only we have to write negative answer. We can't write the positive and 0. Here the condition is write all the positive integers. For the solution of x can't be a negative value or 0. Always the value of x should be positive. Here the condition is x less than or equal to. Then the value of x can be 2 because that less than or equals to. Then x can be equal to 2. Then x less than 2. Then what is the value? Less than 2, then 1, 0, negative. 1, negative 2, negative 3. But the condition is positive integers, no? So only we can write 2 and 1. Even we can write 0 also. Because 0 is not a positive integer. 0 is an integer, but 0 is not a positive integer. So we have to write the answer 2 and 1. Right? So before finding the answer, first we have to solve this inequality. After that, we have to consider about this condition. Then you can write the solution. Right? Next question. The given Venn diagram, shade the region that represents the set A intersection B. we have to shade the region A intersection B. First, you have to think about what is A, what is B, what is the meaning of A intersection B. Then you can find the region from that Venn diagram. Then you can shade that region. The given Venn diagram shade the region that represent the subset A intersection B. A intersection B. Right. Then first we have to know what is A intersection B. The intersection means we have to get the common elements from these two sets. There are two sets A and B. So intersection means we have to get the common elements. So here, if I mark the elements 1, 2, 3, 4 in this Venn diagram, no need to mark this and no need to find this way. So if you can't understand now, then you can mark these elements in these areas, regions. Here I mark A in the set A 1 and 2, in set B 2 and 3, that then outside of these two sets, that is 4. Here, if we take that set A, the elements are 1 and 2. The elements of set B is 2 and 3. Then what is the common element for these two sets? Here 2 is the common element. Because A intersection means we have to find the common element. That is 2. If we want to find A union B, then we have to take all three elements. 1, 2 and 3, right? Here we have to find A intersection B. Then that is 2. So then we have to color the area, this one. This is the region A intersection B. But here no need to write, no need to mark these elements in this Venn diagram. So directly you can find it. If you couldn't find this answer, then you can write the elements, right? Then you can get the elements of set A. Then you can get the elements of set B. After that, you can get the common elements of A and B. So that will be the A intersection B. Then the set elements is 2. So we have to shade that region. The next one, a bus which moves at a uniform speed travels a distance of 48 meters in 3 seconds. Find the speed of the bus in meters per second. A bus which moves at a uniform speed travels a distance of 48 meters in 3 seconds. It travels 48 meters in 3 seconds. Find the speed of the bus in meters per second. So you have to find the speed of that bus in the unit of meter per second. Here they have given in 3 seconds that bus travels 48 meters. So if you want to find the speed in meter per second, then you have to find in 1 second that but how many meters that bus can be traveled, right? Here they have given for in 3 seconds that bus can travel 48 meters. Now we have to find the speed of that bus in the unit of meter per second. Meter per second. What is the meaning of that? So we have to find in 1 second how many meters that bus can be traveled, right? Here in 3 seconds that bus travels 48 meters. So in 1 second that bus can be traveled 48 divided by 3, 16 meters. So you can't write in this way. You have to write the final answer. Here they are asking the speed. So you have to write the speed in meter per second. Then here that bus can travel in 1 second 16 meters. So we have to write the speed 16 meter per second. Or we can write 16 meter per second. Right? In these two ways, you can write the answer. You have to write the final answer. Otherwise, you will lose your marks. Right? Here you found in 1 second how many meters can be travel that bus. So after finding that, you have to write the speed of that bus. Right? Otherwise, you can, by using that formula, you know that speed is equal to distance over time taken. Here, speed is equal to distance over time taken. If you want to find the speed, then we should know the distance and also time. Here, the distance is 48 meters. The time is 3 seconds. Then if you divide this 48 by 3, then that will be 16. Then meter per second. Then in this way also you can write the answer, right? So the speed of the bus is 16 meter per second. Then next question. Solve x minus 1 into x minus 2 is equal to 0. Here they have given the product of two expressions is equal to 0. This is a quadratic equation, right? So now you have to solve this equation. That means you have to find the answer for x. This is a quadratic equation. So you have to write two answers for this x, right? For any quadratic equation, we have to write two answers for that variable. Here x minus 1 into x minus 2 is equal to 0. So we have to write the value of x. There should be two answers. Here we should know. Here they have given the product of two expressions. If you want to get an answer 0, if the product of two numbers is 0, then there should be a 0. When we are multiplying an expression or number by 0, then only we can get the answer as 0. Otherwise, we can't get the answer as 0. When we are multiplying a number or an expression, whatever it is, when we are multiplying a number or expression by 0, then we can get the answer as 0. Here in this question, they have given the product of two expression is equal to 0. So one of this expression must be equal to 0. Right? Because the answer is 0, no. The product of the two expression is equal to 0, no. That means the one of this expression should be 0. Then we don't know which one is 0. So now we are going to write in this way. X minus 1 can be 0. Or x minus 2 can be 0. Here the product of two expression is equal to 0. Only one thing we can say, the one of this expression can be 0. But we don't know which one is 0. So we are going to write x minus 1 can be equal to 0 or x minus 2 can be equal to 0. If x minus 1 equal to 0, then x is equal to 1. Because we have to move this minus 1 to other right side of that equal sign, then x is equal to 1. Or x minus 2 is equal to 0, then x is equal to 2. The solutions of x is 1 and 2. Right? So this is a quadratic equation. So we have to write two answers for the value of x. Right? Here the product of two expression is equal to 0. So then we should say that one of this expression can be equal to 0. So x minus can be equal to 0 or x minus 2 can be equal to 0. Then x is equal to 1 or x equals 2. Then next one. The radius of a solid cylinder is 7 centimeter and its height is 2 centimeter. Here they have given the radius of a cylinder is 7 centimeter and height of its 2 centimeter. Taking 22/7 for the value of pi, find the area of its curved surface. You know that there are circular faces and also curved faces in the cylinder. Now you have to find the curved surface of that cylinder. Here they have given how can we find the surface, right? The area of the curved surface of a solid cylinder of radius r and height h is 2 pi r h. So if the radius of a cylinder is r and if the height is h, then the curved area, curved surface is equal to 2 pi rh. If the radius of that cylinder is r and the height of that cylinder is h, then the curved area will be 2 pi rh. But here they have given the radius of that cylinder and also height of that cylinder. So you can find the curved surface of that cylinder. Right. The radius of a solid cylinder is 7 centimeter. So here we will mark the radius. Radius is 7 centimeter. And the height is 2 centimeter. Here in this cylinder, there are two circular face surface and another one curved surface. Now we have to find the curved surface. Here, if the radius of this cylinder r and the height of this cylinder is h, then we can write this curved area as 2 pi r h. So curved surface of this cylinder is 2 pi r h. Now they have given the radius and height. Now we are going to substitute. By substituting these values, we can find the curved surface. Because the curved surface is 2 pi r h, no? Then 2 into, here they have given the value for pi is 22/7. Then the radius is 7 centimeter and the height is 2 centimeter. Here we can divide by 7, then 1. Here also 1. Then 2 times 22, 44. 44 times 2, 88 centimeter. Then the curved surface is 88 centimeter. Then next one. Find the value of x using the information given in the figure. So you should know about the cyclic quadrilateral, then triangles and circle. Everything you have to know. So by using that theorems or concept, you can find the value of x. You try to find out the answer. I will explain it. If you can, you try to find out the answer. Only one thing I can explain now. Here, what is cyclic quadrilateral? Here, this is a circle. There, in a quadrilateral, there will be 4 vertices, right? There will be 4 vertices. If the 4 vertices of a cyclic, quadrilaterals in a circumference of a circle, then that is a cyclic quadrilateral. Here, the 4 vertices are on the circle. Right? Then we can call this quadrilateral as cyclic quadrilateral. Then we have to know about 2 theorem of this cyclic quadrilateral. What is the first one? Here these are, here I mark these angles are A and B. And these angles are C and D. Here we know that, here that A and B are opposite angles. And C and D also opposite angles of these cyclic quadrilaterals. Right? Then it is an cyclic quadrilateral. Then we can say the opposite angles are supplementary. What do you mean of that supplementary? If a sum of pair of angle is 180, then we can go, those are supplementary angles. That means here that A plus B should be equal to 180 and also C plus D should be equal to 180. Right? The opposite angles of cyclic quadrilaterals are supplementary. Then that means the sum of opposite angles always 180. Here I mark that opposite angles are A and B and C and D. So sum of A and B is equal to 180 and sum of C and D is equal to 180. This is the first theorem in cyclic quadrilateral. There is one more theorem. Here I will draw a cyclic quadrilateral again. Here this is also cyclic quadrilateral. If I produce one side of a cyclic quadrilateral, then we all know there will be an exterior angle, right? When we are producing a side of a cyclic quadrilateral, there will be form an exterior angle. So these exterior angles will be equal to interior opposite angles. Right? In a cyclic quadrilateral, the exterior angles will be equal to interior opposite angles. Here we can prove it easily. Because here if it is 60 degrees, then this angle will be 120 because that opposite angles are supplementary. Then sum of these two angles should be equal to 180. Here if it is 60, then this angle will be 120. Here we know these two angles are on a straight line. So if it is 120, then this angle will be 60. Because sum of these two angles is 180. These two angles are on the same straight line on a point. So this is at 60 degrees. Here these two are equal. Right? So exterior angle is equal to interior opposite angles. So you will learn in third term in grade 11. So this is the cyclic quadrilateral. There are two theorems. First one, opposite angles of cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary. That is why here I have written that A plus B is equal to 180 and C plus D is equal to 180. And also, when we are producing a side of a cyclic quadrilateral, there will be an exterior angle form. You know that. Then exterior angle is equal to interior opposite angles. Right? So these two theorems are in cyclic quadrilaterals. So by using these two theorems, now you can find the value of x. Then try to find the value of x. Here, because that CDEF is a cyclic quadrilateral, because the four vertices of that quadrilateral are on a circle. Right? Then we can call that CDEF is a cyclic quadrilateral. And also they have given a triangle ABC. So that triangle ABC is an isosceles triangle because they have marked that AC equal AB. So you can use that property also. So by using that theorems and the properties of isosceles triangle, you can find the value of x. Try to find it. In a cyclic quadrilateral, we know that opposite angles are supplementary. and exterior angles will be equal to interior opposite angle. And in isosceles triangle, we know that opposite angles of equal sides are equal because here they have given that AC equal AB. So opposite angles of equal sides are equal. Then by using these two, we can find the value of x. Right. Now I will explain this. First, I already explained what is cyclic quadrilateral. Then what are the theorems of that cyclic quadrilateral? The first one is opposite angles are supplementary, and the second one is exterior angle is equal to interior opposite angle, right? So, and the second one, that in an isosceles triangle, we know that if two sides are equal or two angles are equal, we can call that triangle is an isosceles triangle. Then opposite angles of equal sides are equal, right? Now we are going to find the value. Right. Now we are going to find the value of x. Here, first one, in this isosceles triangle, these two sides are equal, then these two angles will be equal. Because opposite angles of equal sides are equal, so this is x. Now directly we can write x is equal to 65 because that exterior angle is equal to interior opposite angle. Here this is a cyclic quadrilateral. Here we are producing the side DC up to D, so that this is an exterior angle of this cyclic quadrilateral. So exterior angle is equal to interior opposite angle. So by using that theorem, we can find the value of x. Otherwise, here if it is 65, you can write this one as 115 because that opposite angles are supplementary. So sum of these two angles should be equal to 180. So if it is 65, then this angle will be 115. So x is equal to, here x plus 115 is equal to 180. So x is equal to 65. In these two ways, you can find the value of x, right? Then next one. Write the values that are obtained for m and c. You know that m is equal to gradient, c means intercept, right? When the equation of the straight line in the figure is expressed in the form y equals mx plus c. So the question is, write the values that are obtained for m and c. So you have to find the values of m and c, right? When the equation of the straight line in the figure is expressed in the form y equals mx plus c. So you have to find the gradient and intercept of this straight line. So this is in grade 9. You know how to find the gradient of a straight line. If you know 2 points, 2 coordinates of a points, then you can find the gradient because we know that difference of y coordinates over difference of x coordinate is equal to gradient. So now you can select 2 points which are on that line. So then you can write the coordinates of 2 points. So by using the x coordinate and y coordinates, you can find the gradient. That means you can find the value of m. Then directly you can find the value of c because what is the meaning of intercept? You should know that. You have learned in grade 9, right? Right. Here the question is, write the values that are obtained for m and c when the equation of the straight line in the figure is expressed in the form y equals mx plus c. So how can we find the value of m and c? Then directly we can find the value of c because what is intercept? Then this is the intercept. Why? this straight line is intersecting the y-axis at this point. So we have to find the point, in which point that straight line is intersecting. In this point, then C is equal to 1. Right? So C is equal to 1. Now we should find the value of M. That means we have to find the gradient. Here this point is 0, 1. This is the coordinate of this point. Here I will take this point. The coordinate of this point is 3, 2. 3, 2. Right? Here coordinate of this point is 0, 1. This is 3, 2. Now you have to find the gradient. The gradient is equal to difference of y coordinates over difference of x coordinates. Here y coordinates 2 minus 1. We are subtracting 1 from 2. Then we should subtract 0 from 3. Then 3 minus 0. Then 2 minus 1 is equal to 1. 3 minus 0 is equal to 3. Then gradient of this equation is 1/3. Then the intercept is 1. If they ask, write the equation of the straight line, then we can write in this way. Then gradient is 1/3, then 1/3 x plus c, 1. But they are not asking that. Here they are asking about the value of gradient and the intercept. So here already we have found the value of gradient is 1/3 and the intercept is 1. So you should always remember that how can we find the gradient and how can we find the value of intercept. Directly we can find the intercept because what is the point? Which point the line and y-axis are intersecting. So that is the intercept. So how can we find the gradient? That is difference of y coordinates over difference of x coordinates. So if you divide the difference of y coordinate by difference of x coordinate, then you can find the value of gradient. The next one. In the table, place the mark correct in the boxes in front of the true statement. If any, and the mark wrong in the boxes in front of the false statements. If any, there are 3 statements they have given. If the statement is true, then you have to put correct mark. If it is wrong, if it is false, then you have to put wrong mark. That's the thing. Right? So you have to read the statements carefully. In parallelogram, so here they are going to ask about parallelograms. That means the properties of parallelograms and everything. In a parallelogram, opposite sides are equal and parallel. Right? In a parallelogram, opposite sides are equal and parallel. So now you should know what are the properties of parallelogram. If you know the properties, then you can select the answer quickly. In the second statement, in a parallelogram, opposite angles are equal. In a parallelogram, opposite angles are equal. And the third one, the area of a parallelogram is bisected by each diagonal. So area of a parallelogram is bisected by each diagonal. So these 3 statements they have given. Right? From these statements, you have to select which are correct, which are wrong. Right? First, you should know the properties of parallelogram. Here there is a parallelogram. In a parallelogram, first we know what is parallelogram. A quadrilateral which 2 pairs of opposite sides are parallel, that is parallelogram. A quadrilateral which 2 pairs of opposite sides are parallel, that is parallelogram. Here in this parallelogram, opposite sides are equal. Opposite sides are always equal. And here opposite angles are equal. right? Opposite angles are equal. And in this parallelogram, the diagonals bisect the area. If we join the opposite vertex, right? Then diagonal bisect the area. These two areas will be equal. And next property of parallelogram. Here, the diagonals bisect each other. In a parallelogram, diagonals bisect each other. These two sides will be equal. Right? These are the properties of parallelogram. So first we should know what is parallelogram. If in a quadrilateral, if two pairs of opposite sides are parallel, then that quadrilateral is a parallelogram. In a parallelogram, opposite sides are equal and opposite angles are equals. Diagonal bisect the area and diagonals bisect each other. These are the properties of parallelogram. Right. Here the first statement is, in a parallelogram, opposite sides are equal and parallel. Opposite sides are equal and parallel. Then that the statement is true. Second statement, in a parallelogram, opposite angles are equal. So this statement also true. Third one, the area of a parallelogram is bisected by each diagonal. So this is also true. Because here already we have discussed about the properties of this parallelogram. Opposite sides are equal, opposite sides are parallel, opposite angles are equal, and diagonals bisect the area, and diagonals bisect each other. So here they have mentioned about three properties of parallelogram. Then all the statements are true. Then next one, using the information given in the figure, find the magnitude of angle CDA. So first you have to understand the question. What is the figure is this? Here they have given a circle and also ABCD is a quadrilateral. So first you should understand what type of quadrilateral is that. Right? Because you have to consider about that four vertices. So here the four vertices are on a circle. If the four vertices are on a circle, then we can call that quadrilateral that quadrilateral is a cyclic quadrilateral. So now only we have learned the theorems of cyclic quadrilateral. So by using that, you can find the magnitude of angle CDA. So how can we find the magnitude of angle CDA? Using the information given in the figure, find the magnitude of CDA. Just think and do it. You have to understand what is the question is that. What is the figure is that. If you understand the figure and the data, then you can find the answer for that. Right. Here, I already explained, in a cyclic quadrilateral, opposite angles are supplementary. Here that angle ABC and angle CDA, these are opposite angles of this cyclic quadrilateral. So sum of these two angles should be equal to 180. So you have to write angle CDA plus 80 degrees is equal to 180. So angle CDA is equal to 180 minus 80, 100 degrees. So here you can write, because that ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral. So when you are writing the step, you have to write this reason also. That is the better way to express the answer. If they can be given marks or not, whether it is, so no problem, right? So you have to write the reason also. That is the good way to express the answer, right? So here this CDA, angle CDA and angle ABC are opposite angle of that cyclic quadrilateral ABCD. So we know that sum of that two angles will be equal to 180. So angle CDA is equal to 100 degrees. Find the magnitude of angle EFC. You have to find the magnitude of angle EFC using the information relevant to the triangle ABC in the figure. So here they have given a triangle ABC. So first you have to understand the figure. What are the data they have given? Why they have given those data? So which theorem we can apply in this figure? So you have to think everything. Then you can find the answer for that angle EFC, right? So here they have given the triangle ABC. And here they have marked AE equals AB. And also AF equals FC. And they have given the magnitude of angle BAC. And angle ABC also they have given. So by using these data, we have to find the magnitude of angle EFC. So this is also very important theorem. We have to use that theorem. We call that midpoint theorem. Right? So I will explain the midpoint theorem, then you can, if you know the theorem, then no problem. If you don't know the theorem, I will explain. Here, this is a triangle. Here I mark this is the midpoint. So these are the midpoints of these two sides. So these two sides will be equal, right? Here, if we join two midpoints, if we join midpoints of two sides, so we should join these two midpoints. If you join two midpoints of two sides, then that line will be parallel to third side. And also, the length of this joining line will be equal to half of this third side. If it is 2A, this will be A. Here, I name the triangles also. Then you can easily understand. Here, ABC, XY. Here, ABC is a triangle that points X and Y are midpoints of AB and AC. Now I join that points X and Y. Then that line is XY. So, if we join the two midpoints, then that line will be parallel to third side of the triangle. The third side is BC. Because we are joining the midpoints from the two sides, AB and AC. So if we join the two midpoints, that line will be parallel to third side, and also the line XY will be equal to half of that third side BC. So by using midpoint theorem, we can say XY parallel BC and XY is equal to half of BC. This is the midpoint theorem. So in a triangle, if they give two midpoints of two sides, then we should know we can use that midpoint theorem. Because if we join that two midpoints, that line will be parallel to third side, right? So now you can consider this triangle ABC. In this triangle also, they have given two midpoints, E and F. E is the midpoint of AB and F is the midpoint of AC. So now we are going to join these two midpoints. So these two lines will be parallel. because midpoint theorem, right? Here that E and F are two midpoints of AB and AC. Now I join these two midpoints. So this line will be parallel to third side. Now we can mark these two are parallel because of midpoint theorem. Now you can find the answer easily, no? Because if it is 30, here we can mark this one is 30 because corresponding elements, sorry, not corresponding element, corresponding angle. Because these two sides are parallel. Here, this is a transversal. When a transversal intersecting two parallel lines, there will be an form corresponding angle, alternate angle, allied angle, and vertical opposite angles also. So here the corresponding angles are equal. This is 30, this is 70, this is 30. Now consider this triangle AEF. Here this is an exterior angle of this triangle. So exterior angle, now we can write EFC. Exterior angle is equal to sum of interior opposite angle. Here these two are interior opposite angle of this exterior angle. Here this is an exterior angle. So this is then related interior angle. So these two are opposite angles of this exterior angle. So if we add these 30 and 70, we can find the exterior angle. Then that is 100 degrees. Right? So by using midpoint theorem, we can prove that EF parallel BC. So very first step, we have to write that EF parallel BC because of midpoint theorem. After finding that these two lines are parallel, then you have to use that corresponding angles are equal. Then after that, you know that AEF a triangle, that the angle EFC is an exterior angle. So we know that we have already learned in grade 9 that exterior angle is equal to sum of interior opposite angle. Then these 70 and 30 are interior opposite angle of this exterior angle. Then 70 plus 30 is equal to 100 degrees. Then angle EFC is 100 degrees.